Hey guys, welcome back to the channel here. If you haven't been following along, this is part whatever of my 77 GMC motorhome that I'm building to hopefully drive up to Alaska. Just a couple other parts out on it, a couple other videos of like a diesel heater I put in and ceiling panels and all this other stuff. But in this video, the goal is going to be to build some kind of pantry right here and build a cabinet for the fridge and a microwave up there, and then finish the ceiling. I'm going to stain it, and then I'm going to put up all the lights and finish all the wiring for the lights and all that. And yeah, other stuff we got to do to the kitchen. We'll see if I get to that in this video or not, but first thing is I'm going to go ahead and make this hole bigger here, and then make another hole in here, and then try and figure out what I'm doing for a cabinet there. So let's jump right into it. So I got my hole cut bigger there, cut it out on the inside, and if you can imagine, this is going to be like a cabinet that comes out about this line there. Fridge will be right here, and then from here to here is going to be a shelf and a microwave in that little slot, and then there'll be a wall backing it right here, so it'll close that off, and then I can access this area from the outside. That's where toolbox and fluids and things are going to go. So that's the plan. I just got the first piece of wood cut, and we're going to go ahead and throw it together. Well, I got a little carried away last night and forgot to film basically everything, but this is what we got done. So that's going to be the microwave cubby or air fryer or something. You know, I'm going to fill the gaps and all that before I paint it. And then here's the fridge cabinet, and then there's like a long cabinet here for I figure like tin foil or Ziploc bags or something. And then I turned this into a spice rack. So, you know, I made them a little oversized, thinking different size, you know, containers would fit in there. But so yeah, worked out pretty good. Have a little spice rack there and little tiny cubby there for matchbooks or sugar packets or something. I don't know. So now I got to do shelves for the pantry. I was going to try and figure out what heights for those, measure some cereal boxes or something. I don't know yet. And then there's two outlets here. I have to move one over here and fasten it for the fridge and a microwave. And then I'm going to add another junction box and extend the wiring for the 20 amp outlet to right here where the onboard vacuum hose was. So I got to do that before I can put the back wall in. So I'll probably go ahead and do that. And then I also want to fur this out a little bit better. Some of that wood's kind of rotted, so put some stronger walls in there. But yeah, it's coming along pretty good. I will check in with you guys in a few minutes here. All right, I've gone ahead and mounted the one outlet there and added a junction box there. It's pretty dark. You know, and added these strips here, so that way I can put my panel on the back there from this side, and just have it on with 6 screws or something. And if I ever have to pull the fridge out and access anything in there, it's not totally sealed off. So we got that, and then I got my outlet moved over here. So that's looking pretty good. So next is gonna be shelves, and put the back in here, and then do that cabinet down there like I was talking about. So, yep. So the fridge and pantry cabinet are done and ready for paint. And then I'll have to build a door for it. But now I'm ready to start on the cabinet down here. So the wood's pretty rotted right there, so I'm just gonna bust it out. And I think there's a bunch of rat nests and stuff behind it that I gotta clean out. Let's see how rotted it is. There's a nice little mouse house in there, so I'll get some fresh wood put on that. I'll redo these sides too, and seal the floor and all that. Definitely be a little more solid. So I stripped all the wood out of here, and it's definitely much bigger. I could have a much bigger cabinet by bumping those out. But I took out the kickboard here, and I'm actually gonna leave it out, and I'm not gonna do anything any further, because when I do my flooring, I'm gonna continue it under here and then put the kickboard back in and then build out the cabinet. So that way it'll anchor the flooring down and I'll know it'll be sealed in there. But in the meantime, I went ahead and I sanded some of this veneer a little bit, and then I added some trim pieces to take up a gap right there next to the door. And I'm gonna go ahead and seal everything, seal all the gaps, and throw some primer on here, so that way I can go ahead and prime it and paint it when I'm ready to do that. So I'm gonna jump right into that. So while I'm waiting for all this caulk to dry here, I just ran some wires for my new lights, and I just replaced all these switches here in this, if I find it, here it is. This is the old switch panel. Nothing wrong with it, but the switches were all pretty stiff, and you'd have to flip them a couple times to get them to work. So put in 4 new switches, and I'm waiting on my panel to come. I ordered another panel for it. And then I'm adding a 5th switch right here for my lights. I just had power over there, so I hooked them up real quick just to make sure they work. But here are the lights. So those are gonna go all the way around the edges of the roof here, or ceiling. So I'm gonna get it wired up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stain my ceiling. And then once the ceiling's stained, then I can put up my lights, and then I'll be back to priming and painting this finally. So little distraction, but I've been waiting to put these lights up for a few weeks, so I'm pretty excited to have some permanent lighting in here. So. And the ceiling is officially done now. Here's all the stain. I don't think it looks as good on camera, but I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. Just the right color, you know, not too dark, but not too light. Really totally changes the whole feel of this place. So, pretty happy with it. Hopefully it looks just as good in the morning when the daylight's on it, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and take my rope lights. I got my switch wired up. I got my wires there. I'm gonna hook those up and then run them all the way around the ceiling and hopefully get the lighting done tonight. So I will show you guys what that looks like. Just put up these lights too. I got these things off of Amazon. They just have a little switch on the side. Pretty cool, little diffused light, and it puts out quite a bit of light. And then I got my switch here. Put that on. And I'm really happy with how these rope lights came out. Just barely not long enough. You know, I just need another 5-6 feet or so. So unfortunately I'm gonna have to buy a whole nother roll of them, but that's all right. and then I'll just solder them to the end of that and extend it. But that's pretty much all the lighting done. I'm gonna do more of those light fixtures back here, but yeah, probably gonna call it for the night and check back in with you guys tomorrow. Well, you guys, it's a new day, or I mean another night. It was a new day, and once again I forgot to film everything, but this is what happened today. Got some color in here. I was pretty hesitant to paint it because once I got the lights up, I really liked just the brown veneer and the wood look, but it's hard to tell on camera, but it was in pretty bad shape, and all the cabinet doors are all in really rough shape, and it'd just be too hard to match it all and fix it all, so much easier to just paint it. And I was pretty impartial, but now that I've painted it, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. And I stained some decorative wood inside the spice cabinet there, more of that same material as the roof, and got a surge protector for the microwave. Got my outlets all sealed up, and yep, that's all painted. And everything that didn't get painted, you know, all this stuff behind here, I just painted it real quick with like a mold and mildew resistant kind of stain blocking primer, just freshen it all up and all that. But yeah, pretty happy with how it came out. Did the same primer down here, and then I gave it a little bit of expanding foam that I'm gonna have to go and trim back, just so no mice go back in here once I seal this cabinet off. So that's all done, and my fridge actually just got delivered. It's about a week early, so that was a nice surprise. So I'm going to set you guys up on a tripod and let you watch me struggle to put this fridge in by myself, and I'm just going to pray that my cabinet fits it. It's a pretty big risk building a cabinet for a specific fridge that I don't even own yet, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it fits. The Bang Sun refrigerator. Handle with care, not upside down. Let's see what this thing looks like. I'm not even going to measure it, I'm just going to keep it up in there and give it a shot. It's really not that heavy as far as refrigerators go. She's plugged in. Look at that. Like a glove. I couldn't fit any better if I wanted it to. Looks pretty nice too. I'm glad I went for the black. Look at that. We have refrigeration. pretty sweet. I'm going to see if I can adjust the feet any and maybe leave it flush. So I think that's going to about do it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and start on finishing the kitchen for good, you know, cutting the sinkhole in the countertop and putting the countertop down, and then getting an oven and putting that all together. And then I'm also going to be starting on the floors, and then I can finish the side panels on the walls and all that good stuff. So that'll be in the next video probably. And if you haven't checked out all the other parts, go check them out. But yeah, I'm just going to keep wrenching on this thing. So I will see you guys in the next one.